All right, folks, let's go ahead and just jump right into another barn burner, another strap in, buckle up, hold on to your hats and glasses. This is insane what we're seeing in the real estate industry, and most of us have conceded the fact this is a bubble. The majority of Americans now admit this is not the best time to buy. It's been an insane market shift, like I've said, and I still get tons of comments of people trying to debunk that and say, oh, it's hot here and the price is still great. You know, it's not, folks. It's just, I wish I could sugarcoat it and tell you how great it was, but I'm not. I'm just not. And even as a real estate agent, as a sales guy, as a landlord, as a real estate investor, I will suffer the effects of a crash just like everybody else. I am not cheering for a crash, because the reality is I believe if this real estate market crashes, it's going to be much worse than 2008. I believe it'll make 2008 look like a warm-up for what we could be up against next. And I really am hoping that we don't. Like I've always said, I think since the beginning, which has only been a short time now that I've been coming to YouTube, I would love to see a soft landing from this, folks. But the reality is that we've created this Ponzi scheme with the stimulus programs and injections, and we're continuing to try to print our way out of this. And now we've staggered the supply chain. Inflation's through the roof. The cost of everything has gone up. It can't sustain itself. It can't sustain itself. And like I've said, I'm going to continue to sound the alarm, be a voice of reason in a crazy world. And again, I see a lot of newer content creators that have been able to just get lucky when they came to YouTube at a time of euphoria. And now I see this one YouTuber, it cracks me up. Basically, you can sign up for his live streams and watch him spend his funny money, because that's what he's playing with, folks. He's playing with funny money that he earned in the pandemic from either his YouTube revenues, and now that's just monopoly money that he's playing with, and you can pay him to basically watch him spend it and try to do the same. It's insanity. It's insanity. Oh, this is the other one I love. Or you can sign up for his website and his amazing courses on all kinds of things with real estate and property management, maybe even how to become governor. Like, I don't know. It's just insane. And one of the things you have to know, folks, it's insane. Like I always say, right now is the time to help people. And my gosh, man, I really feel like what he probably did, and I know I might be deviating, we'll get back on topic, but I'm going to finish this thought. What he probably did is had some videos that he initially released to get his channel off the ground on, like, you know, how to be successful in property management. He pulled it off his YouTube channel, put it on his website, and now he's trying to get people to pay to watch it. Well, I can tell you right now, the best way to, to manage properties is find a handyman and don't hire a contractor unless you have to. Done. That one's just been handled. Instead of hiring a property management company, place your own ads, interview your own tenants, place them. It's not rocket science. You can find all this stuff free online on how to do it. It's insanity, folks. It's insanity. So one of the things I saw recently was this specific content creator gave some data of why this real estate market won't crash. And you can always find data to support your position, no matter what side you're on. I see another content creator providing data on why we will crash, and then you got this other bubblegum creator on creating content on why it won't. And that's why I say you have to use common sense. Does what we just went through pass the smell test for you? Does it? Leave me a comment in the message below. Does what we're going through right now pass the smell test? For me, it doesn't. When I see what was one cargo ship ready to be ported turn into hundreds, well, that doesn't pass the smell test. When I see stimulus money continuing to be printed on a monthly basis in billions, hundreds of billions of dollars, like they can't slow it down, well, that doesn't pass the smell test. When I go to put gas in my car and pay 25% more a gallon than I did a year ago, well, that doesn't pass. When the grocery store now, I'm paying more for that and a lot of shelves are empty, well, that doesn't pass the smell test. when commercial real estate is empty all over the place in huge cities of wealth or not. That doesn't, so much stuff. I could just go on and on. I mean, you get it. I think I made my point. So what I really wanted to do today, folks, is really just be, again, a voice of reason and sound the alarm to let you know, even as a real estate agent who makes money when you buy or sell real estate. And I have a bad feeling that it's going to shift and be turn into a buyer's market where I went from working with buyers to I'm just going to work with sellers moving forward, needing to sell. Not because they have to, or not because they want to, because they have to. Because if you bought in the height right now and all of a sudden it's costing you more to live, that's a recipe for disaster, folks. And I hate to be the person to say that. But again, you have to expect the unexpected. And I believe the world we live in now, we can all concede to the fact that this is a world where you have to expect the unexpected. Just like the pandemic really came out. We were just living our life. Things were great. Things were amazing with us. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, health scare, we got to stay home. This is great. And it just continues to get worse and worse and worse. What went from a virus has turned into a politically charged issue that's divided, that's created division and strain and unbalanced and not synergetic anymore on many, many levels. So I really want to just remind people, if the data was so, in final thoughts, if it was so easy to rely on data, and we're going to use the housing market, if it was so easy to rely on data to predict the future of the housing market, it would have been done in the last bubble and crash. There was only one guy that made money in that, and that was Michael Burry. He shorted the real estate market. He bet against it, and he put his money where his mouth is. And what you have to understand is his time frame was a little off, but he hit the nail on the head in terms of what he predicted. The same guy's predicting it again, and he's putting more money on it this time. That's scary, in my opinion. And he's predicted we would have crashed already. His timing might be a little off again. But again, folks, he doesn't have a crystal ball. But what he does have is he has basically realism. He understands what we just experienced, it can't sustain. And if you do find the data, if you do pull it up, you're going to see this housing bubble is shaped just like the housing bubble. And it's the only time we've seen that. And this time it's worse. So of course, he's going to predict this one's going to be worse because the bubble is worse than it was last time, but it has almost very similarities that is the last one. So I really want to just continue to let people know, hey, listen, you have time. You don't have to rush out and buy right now. If you do, just don't spend all your money to do it. Please keep some money on the sidelines to insulate yourself in case something goes sideways. There's a really high chance everything needed to produce something going sideways is there. And so I think, I win if I tell you to be cautious. I win. Because what's the worst that can happen? I say, I insulated you with money and you kept it on the sidelines and the market softens a little. So when you get in, you didn't spend as much, or I saved your life because the market actually crashed and you didn't get underneath an upside down asset that tore your family apart. Believe me, folks, I know what that feels like. It's no fun. That's why you're getting what you're getting right here on this channel. So if you appreciate that, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below. Go make it count today. We'll see you on the next video.